All right, good morning, guys. We have 8.6 factoring again. We do have an objective right here. Like always, raise your hand if you need the video pause so you can catch up. But I'm going to keep on moving quickly along here. Okay, so it's really no different than yesterday. This one does go into your notes. And the big difference is you see a number right here. There is a number in front of x squared. All of the other problems we've been doing, that's just been x squared. Here's how we handle it. We still make a box. And we put 5x squared in the top left. We put 2 down in the bottom right-hand corner. We still have our AC number. Now our A is actually 5 and our C is 2. So 5 times 2 gives you 10. Factors of 10 are 1 and 10. Now some of you are saying, well, I should just stop right now because we have 11, and you're right. But just because it's in our notes and it's the first one of the day, let's just get these all written out here. These are also factors. Remember, negative 1 times negative 10 is also 10. So then we got 2 times 5, negative 2, negative 5. But let's just stop and let's just box this one in here. This is really what you're looking for. 1x and 10x. Now, so far, nothing really has been new, but this is where it's going to be a little different. You just have to take your time. As you go from the top down, I noticed I could take out a 1x, or most people would just put x. From the top down, you could take out a 2. Now, that between 10 and 2, you divide them both by 2. All right, now here's something that's a little different. Usually we just put an x on the left-hand side here, but notice how we have 5 and 10. If you factor out a number between 5 and 10, it is 5. And not only is it 5, but you'd have to include an x with it. And the last one here, you could take out a 1, but you couldn't take out a letter, so it's just a 1. Here's your final answer, guys. X plus 2 and 5x plus 1. Now, if you FOIL that back out or use a table, you will get that original answer up top there, so you know you have the right answer. So not much different today, guys. What's nice about this table is there's the old way, which would have taken a lot of time. This is fairly quick using this table method. Okay, we will skip this one, get right to the next problem here. So go ahead and put this one into your notes. We'll get a table going. Your AC number here is negative 45. All right. Now you could go through, and right away I think 9 times 5, and I do know that, you know, if you do something with 9 and 5, you could get to 4. So let's put a 4. I'm sorry, 9 times 5. You know, if this is negative and the 9's positive, that's your right pair, because negative 5 times 9 is negative 45. Add them together, get 4. So move right on to the next part here. From the top down, you could factor out a 1x. From the top down, you could factor out, and you gotta be careful here, this is a 3, and that's it. From the side, a 3x. And from the side, definitely a negative 5. Because this first term right there is negative, it's negative 5, and that's it. We're ready to write our final answer, which is x plus 3 and 3x minus 5. If you FOIL that back out, you get to the original, and you have the right answer. Now this is area of a rectangle, and we did one like this earlier, except we didn't have a number where the A is. So let's put this one in your notes as well, and make sure you put the area of the rectangle is for this one. All right, your AC number is negative 14. I think right now, to get to 13, I'm thinking of 1 and 14. But one of them's got to be negative, so the 14's negative, and the 1 is positive. Okay, if you add them together, you will get negative 13. 1x, negative 14x. From the top down, you could factor out a 1x or just x. From the top down, a negative 7. for that one. That was kind of a tricky one. You could factor out a negative 7. From the side view, you'd go a 2x. From the side view, you would go with just an x. No. Sorry about that. There isn't an x in both of them. So from the side view, you would factor out a 1, and that's it, because there is no x. All right, here's your final answer. X minus 7, 2x plus 1. All right, and if you do FOIL it out, if you ever want to check your answer, guys, you take first times first. You look up top there, that's 2x squared. So we know that's right. And then if you keep on going there, you would get the right answer. Okay, now let's get into the really ones that are tricky. Okay, these problems go with problems 22 through 24 in the book assignment. Now, I should have really been looking for this the whole time, but I didn't want to throw too much at you at the beginning of the lesson. Here's what we're looking at. The original problem is this, so go ahead and, of course, jot that down. But before I throw anything into a table or a box, you are supposed to think about this in your head. Before you start all of the problems for today, we're supposed to say, well, before you start, can you factor out a monomial, or in other words, between 18, 33, and 12, can you think of a number that you can divide all of them by? And the number is 3. If you divide 18 by 3, you'll get 6x squared. Remember the cross-off method, guys, when you do that? And then you take negative 33 divided by 3, you get negative 11x. And that's out. And then the last one, if you take 12 divided by 3, you'll get a positive 4. Now, if you don't do this, if you don't look to factor something out, you'll get an answer that's not correct, but not technically not wrong either. So something that's partially correct is wrong. I mean, really is. So you have to make sure that you try to factor out a number first before you do it. Now, if you wouldn't have done it, you would have taken 18 times 12 to get your AC number. Your number would have been huge. Now it's not bad at all. You completely ignore the 3, pretend like it never happened, make your box. Like I said, pretend like 3 isn't even there. Put 6x squared in this top corner, 4 in this one. Your AC number is 24, which, 6 times 4 gives you 24. That is much more manageable than 18 times 12. That would have been a huge number. Okay, factors of 24, that gets you 11. I think of 8 and 3 right away. So let's get a 3 going and an 8. But the problem with 3 and 8 is you get positive 11. So let's write negative 3, negative 8, 8. Okay, that'll work. When you add those together, you do get your negative 11. When you multiply them, you get your positive 24. Fill this baby in. All right, from the top down. It's a positive 3x. Between 6 and 3, you could factor out a 3. Because the 6 was positive, your term up top is positive. Okay, between negative 8 and 4. Now, that negative on the 8, because it's close to the top, we throw a negative up front. Between 8 and 4, it's 4. Now that one's done. From left to right, we could factor out a 2x. From left to right, we could factor out just a 1, but the 3 is negative, so we bring out a negative 1. All right, here's your final answer, guys. I'll put it right up here, guys. Let's go. That 3 just didn't disappear. I told you to ignore it to the end, but I put it back on the outside. Then we got ourselves a 3x minus 4. And then we got 2x minus 1. Close it off. There it is right there. So that would be the final correct answer for that one, guys. Again, look for this. Look to do this. Factor something out. We're looking for that. For problems 22 through 24, if you do that and if you can factor out the greatest common factor, the problems will go fast like all the other ones. And if you don't, you'll get the wrong answer, technically the wrong answer, and I mean, you're going to be dealing with these huge numbers, so just make sure you got that down. Okay, and that looks like, yeah, so your homework assignment will look like these problems. At the first one, number 1 here, between 3, 16, and 5, you can't factor anything out there. Number 2, 10, 9, and 2, there's nothing there. Between 3, 4, 4, and 3. Okay, so those just do your regular stuff. Between 6, 11, and 72, same thing. I mean, there's nothing you can factor out. So just do the regular AC method and take it to the answer. So have a great day, everyone, and then we'll see you next week.